back to the very first slide you had in your deck. So in the very first slide, you had kind of the very basics, of blockchain as we know it since 2015, 2014, and I think that we have been derailing down into ICOs and speculation and all that lambos. So, of course, there are technical challenges, but there are also social challenges, and we need to further education to understand that privacy is a concern, security is a concern, censorship resistance is a concern. So, on that regard, what can we do to kind of teach people that having control on their funds or having censorship resistance is going to be meaningful in the long run? In a world where the Chinese government is implementing social credit score and everyone has a Facebook account in this room and all the data are there. So what can we do to further that educational item that will then drive adoption when the technology solutions are there?
I think it's definitely like one of the big social challenges that I think even like less technical and more kind of humanities-oriented people can help with actually is finding kind of concrete ways of like concrete scenarios and concrete stories where people can kind of benefit from the kinds of properties that blockchains provide them. And I mean, some of the kind of like I mentioned CryptoKitties here because it is something that actually managed to attract a huge number of people, including a huge number of people that are ordinarily not very technical, like just random developers, family members just suddenly said, "I want a kitty," and that's like I think the feeling that you have a kitty and you, because of cryptography, you kind of actually own it is something that kind of can psychologically appeal to a lot of people, and that is actually a fairly good example of the kind of thing that we can use to kind of get into people's minds, what this technology could mean eventually. And over time, I mean, I think for a lot of these other use cases, like in some cases, you can't really convince people just by kind of bludgeoning them with a kind of very abstract principles because they might not really relate to those principles easily. So for something like censorship resistance, like realistically, it's like, when is the last time you were financially censored? And it might be more than they think. So like try to actually sort of dig in and find things like that. Try to think about, like, if we're thinking about things like openness and inclusion, then like find concrete cases where present-day financial systems and other kinds of present-day infrastructure isn't serving people. So try to kind of dig into specifics and dig into examples of things that can be done fairly soon. I think it's very valuable.
Hey, here.